Hey there, welcome back to my channel. So, it's confession time. I used to think that slowing down meant falling behind, that if I slowed down, I couldn't get it more done. Anyone else is guilty of this thing of saying, oh, I can't slow down. I got to be busy every minute. Yeah, well, hi, I'm Maria. Welcome back to my channel. I talked about how to build a business for people who are over 40 using digital marketing, affiliate marketing, some AI, and some lead generation ideas, and some other stuff, but it's all in my community. So that's what I want to talk about today, slowing down. Today, that's very important, and I'm going to give you some examples why. Because sometimes doing less is actually how you get more stuff done. That sounds kind of contradictory to each other, doesn't it? And not just having to do more with more tasks, but meaningful results. You have to have meaningful results, not just more tasks. So if you've ever felt like you're spinning your wheels, hands up here, and trying to keep up with content, business, or just life, this one's for you. Let's be real. Hustle culture has told us to go hard or go home. Very, very much so. If you're not hustling all the time when you're an entrepreneur, then you're not an entrepreneur. That's what they used to say. But if you're going to slow down, more intentional, more strategic, and actually that's the secret sauce, is to have the strategy and be intentional about it. Stick with me because I want to share three surprising benefits to slowing down. Yes, and how is changing the way I show up for my business and in life, and how most people, and it's not something new, you would think it's new. The first idea I have is clarity over chaos. When you slow down, you start to see things clearly. Because if you're in chaos, you can't see left, right, up, down. I hear so many people often say, it's too many shiny objects. I see this one, I see that one. I'm always spinning around. Yeah, you're not reaching, you're not just reacting. You're thinking when you slow down. You're planning, you're creating content, and you're creating intent with the content you're creating. For me, it meant instead of scrambling for daily videos, which I'm going to slow down soon. So I started asking myself, what does my audience really need right now? And guess what? The videos are becoming a little better, just a little bit more focused and more aligned. So that's the first one is creating clarity over chaos. Number two is quantity content over quality. Let me see, how did I write that? Is quantity over quality hustle. So you want to have quality. I talked about this yesterday. It's 5 videos a day for 5 years, 2 years, excuse me. It's quantity. Now it's time to shift to quality. There's a big difference between showing up and just filling space. You ever watch a video and think, that was just noise? I do them a lot. Yeah, and not that I'm saying anyone else is my own. Yeah, you've seen them all or made them yourself. Guilty here. By slowing down, by now saying, I'm going to slow down November, as of the first week of November, second week, yeah. I now give each video a little more love, a little more attention, a little more strategy. And it's not just better for my audience, it's better for me too because I'm getting more information and providing the content that my audience wants to see. So there'll be less burnout, more creativity, and more joy in the process. Now I'm saying there's no joy now. So the first one was clarity over chaos. And number two is quantity, quality over quantity hustle. So number three then is uh, a space for growth and reflection. Here's a real gem. Slowing down, it really gives you space to listen to your audience or to your gut, to reflect on what's working and what absolutely is not working. Some of my best breakthroughs happen not while I'm grinding or hustling, but while I'm quiet, thinking, journaling, or even resting. Rest is productive, y'all. Don't let the hustle culture shame you out of it. It really is. If you don't have rest and you revigorate and regenerate your thought process, you'll just burn out. You just be a burnout. That's absolutely it. So I'm not the only one who really believes this, the power of slowing down. And I didn't create it. But here's some historical examples of people you probably have heard of. You wouldn't know them in person, but you've heard of them. Thomas Edison. Did you know for a long time he walked around Monticello to think? He said walking was essential for both his mind and his body. And some of his most powerful ideas and inventions came to him during those quiet strolls. And then Albert Einstein. Yeah, I meant Albert Einstein with the inventions, but anyway, he'd go sailing all alone on the lake, not to race, but just to think. And no motors, no rush, no nothing. And there was no motors, but back then I'm just saying, nothing. So if you're have a boat, go out there, be in the quietness and in the water and the wind. That was his creative zone. And then there was Adrienne Huffington, the founder of Huffington Post. She built an entire idea around an entire business around the idea of restfulness and reducing stress by relaxing and sleeping. She literally wrote a book on it called The Sleep of Revolution. I've never heard that before, but I'm going to check out that book myself. I mean, yeah, yeah, I've heard of the book. I didn't read it, but I'm gonna have to. Even Stephen Jobs, Apple, was famous for his walking meetings. He believed that walking helped unlock creativity and deep conversation. Yeah. So if some of these most brilliant minds in history made space to slow down, they made a lot of space to slow down. Why wouldn't we? That's something we have to look at too. You need to relax. All right. So let's land this plane. If you've ever been feeling overwhelmed, thinned out, or just, I can't do this anymore, or too many shiny objects, this is the sign to slow down. Not quiet, not quit. No, just shift a bit, pivot a little, slow down. Ask yourself, what can I do? What can I do less of so that I can show up? So I can start showing up better and watch what happens. You might just fall back in grace with your business again. So if any of this resonated with you, please leave an emoji and a comment, something, and let me know what you think. Because really, sometimes, especially for me, I start feeling like I need to give it a break. And today is one of those days. I think it's a break week. I've been doing stuff, but not the usual hustle that I do, because sometimes you have to take that moment and take that break. Slow down. Listen the stories of the big ones, Thomas Jefferson, um, Steve Jobs, Edison, Huffington Post, Adriana for the Huffington Post. Just think about what they've done and how successful they've been, and they really are telling you slow down. And let's do that. Thanks for listening. Bye.